Swamiji, it's nice to be here in this session with you as presiding officer. Of course, I know so many of you and so many distinguished persons here. It's very difficult for me to mention everybody's name. I almost tempted to do that because you're part of my family, as you know. But let me mention a few persons anyway, and I will seek forgiveness from others, especially people who are sitting in the back. I cannot see you folks. But I have to say something. And of course, Dr. Mahesh Mehta, our leader for generation, almost. He did a good job in putting all of us together and making a very strong family for the promotion of India's interest in America and worldwide, in fact. And of course, we have people who are international in nature. Ram Saranji, where are you? So he is the president, international president of Govt, organization all over the world. So we are very happy that you're here. And of course, I know Pathakji. He's Mridul Pathak, who is the president of, vice president. I know he has so many titles. I cannot believe that. Indo-American Chamber of Commerce. And we have been good friends. And let's see how far I can go. Of course, Rajji, Professor Raj, I cannot forget you. He is the president of the Professors of America, Indian Professor of America. And he has been very kind enough. Of course, a lot of people are there in the back, and I can keep on seeing them. Arya ji, and how could I forget you? And the family is so great. And also our friend who is always there for any good occasion, for every good thing, Parikji, Sudhir Parik, and wonderful couple. And of course, I can keep on talking about this. My other friend is here, Rakshpalji Sood. I cannot think of any function where he is not in charge, except this one perhaps. And he's always there. He's there, doer, doing wonderful things. And you know, some people work from the background, but they're always in the front. Where is Narayan Kataria? Narayan Kataria, see you in the back, but he is doing all the work in America. You name it, he's there. He has a dedicated friends, people always there. And of course, when I was head of the Sangh family here, at that time I didn't realize his worth. But he was always trying to explain to me, no, he's okay. I think he's better than okay. He's doing great. Now, I have to stop. Now, much of my work has been done earlier. Between Modi ji and these videos, work has been done. But let me think about 26th of May, when I was in New Delhi. When I was in New Delhi and it was an oath-taking ceremony, and I see that man walking from this side to that side with a kind of gaze and grace and punch he had in his walking punch. He went there and took the oath. I knew at that time that India's fate is changed. We never had a prime minister who was doing anything properly or who did wrong things in India, in destabilizing Indian institutions of stability, destabilizing the culture of India, destabilizing the values of India. Here was the man who had the courage to go there. And people understood that. So he had the majority of people with him. He had the majority of parliament with him. and he knew that he has work to do. And that time onward, I had no problem in thinking about the whole thing, that India is in safe hands. Now, Modi ji has just talked about 2011. Arvind ji has talked about 2011. Vivekananda said that India will rise again sometimes. All those people have said, but we didn't know May 2014 is going to happen. It happened. Now, there's no looking back, by the way. People are thinking that way, but maybe it won't work. It is going to work. I'll tell you why later on. Now, of course, there was some segment of his speech from the Red Fort, and he covered everything. He covered so beautifully well. By the way, when I met him, after he became the Prime Minister, maybe I shouldn't say that, but anyway, nothing bad about it. I said there was some sort of Devi on your tongue. The Devi was speaking through you. Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, all combined were talking through you. And you know what he said? Yes, it looked like that. He said it. He said to me, yeah, it sounded like that. That I was not speaking. Somebody else was speaking through me. What a grace. And I was really, when I watched his speaking all the time, I couldn't figure out a man could speak that much. I was very proud of my speaking talents at one time. I couldn't think about it, making 5 speeches in a day in a different mode, different audience, different subject, with the freshness and the vitality he showed all the time. It's unbelievable. It was not human being talking there. There has to be some divine force behind him. That's the feeling I had. When I walked in his office, I saw his face, I saw there was a divine man there. And therefore, it's going to happen. What is going to happen? It's going to happen. Now, anyway, the speech, there have been analysis of speech, analysis after analysis. You know, one thing, what he said, I never forget. इसमें हमारे लिए क्या है? Everybody, when you work to ask for work from the government somebody, हमारे लिए क्या है? अगर हमारे लिए नहीं है, तो मेरा से क्या है? What do I have to do with this? That psychology is the basis of all the corruption in India. Everybody looking for something for himself. This man is a nationalist. He talked about, think about nation first, not about yourself, your pockets, and your immediate family. That's why he went on to say all those things, that you don't hire anybody from your family. You have to come to work on time. You have to be diligent, mild-mannered, but very firm in your convictions. So anyway, I can keep on talking about this because it's my favorite topic these days. But my topic is different. Let me go to my topic now. I'm a lawyer, so I have to be relevant. Chuck Hagel said something. Chuck Hagel, the defense secretary of this country, he said that 21st century is going to be determined by India. He said it. Our people were saying all the time, but he said it. He said it in India. It should be, the word was, the India 21st century will be shaped by India because of Narendra Modi. He would not say it. He knew what was happening. You know what happened? Gold War. USSR and USA. Okay? 55 years of Cold War. It kept on doing this. Arms race was going on. Weapons were there. Atomic weapons were there. So there was a balance. Okay? After 55 years, Berlin Wall fell. It is a quick session I'm going to give you. Berlin Wall fell, then of course disintegration of USSR. Then of course America was the only power left. It was a necessity of the world to think that America is all in all. Previously bipolar, then it became one polar. Then suddenly, because of the thanks to Americans and their desire for cheap things, China came up. China started selling goods here and there, everywhere, and they had so much GDP. They put the GDP, part of it, to military purposes, develop military. When I was ambassador, I went to various countries, by the way. I was global ambassador. And I went to your country, people from Caribbean, okay? I went to those countries, and I found that in countries where Chinese were not existing even, there was Chinese presence in terms of buildings, in terms of properties. Suriname was one of the countries where there was a lot of things going on from China. They are planned circling around the globe. Why? They have circled India in many ways. Why? So they were using that money for these purposes. Anyway, so the bipolar becomes one polar, then it becomes multipolar. Now China is coming up, America is there, and Russia, of course, is there. You cannot ignore Russia. Now is the time. Now is the right time. Modi ji, is the right time. As somebody had said, 2011, there was some mistake here and there. Emergence of a leader in India, India has a role to play. And Modi knew it. Narendra Modi knew it. Because as soon as he became Prime Minister, that day when I watched that swearing-in ceremony, he had invited SAARC countries. All of them came. Where was the need of SAARC country coming? Never had been invited. They came. Even Pakistan Prime Minister came. They came. They knew this is a guy, he has the power, this is a country which has potential of becoming world leader. So they came. They talked to him. He was the man in confidence. Confidence comes based upon the power he had, the majority he had. Then he didn't stop there. He went to neighboring countries, Bhutan. He went to Nepal. And he went to what? BRICS. When he went to BRICS, he figured out what BRICS is all about. China dominating. Putin was there. So he figured out all these things. First thing he said was that let us have equality of participation. Everybody puts the same kind of money. He knew if you give more money, you have more power. That's what America is doing in World Bank or everywhere else. Okay, so everybody has the same. Then it came about who will govern it, where it will be. Of course, there were negotiations. It will be in Shanghai, but for 5 years, India will be controlling it. The person will be in charge from India. So there are $100 billion put in the bank. The purpose is, okay, telling West, your time is going away now. Now we are here in the picture. We started with $100 billion. It can be more than that. Why people should go to World Bank? Why should go to Monetary Bank, other banks? It's not threat. The organization was there, but now it has been created to do functions. Now, so this is but again, China. So when China is wooing India, it's not wooing India, they know India is there. But now, various other organizations which were never had an APEC, for example. 21 nation organization, APEC. India never became member of it. It was never invited. They were never invited to even attend the programs. India wanted it all the time, by the way. So this time, China president invited India to be part of it. Shanghai Corporation organization, another very strong organization. India has been asked to come there too. I mean, it's happening. The global order is changing. The same leaders are not the leaders now anymore. The new leadership has arrived. It doesn't mean that we are against America, or I'm not speaking for the government. I don't think Narendra Modi is against USA or he is for Russia. He is for nobody. He is for India. And India's interest in the world affairs would be properly taken care of. So he's watching. Somebody asked me a question here, that how Modi would work with America. I said, no, Modi is not going to work with America. America is going to work with Modi. What is meant by that? America needs Modi. America needs India. America needs a democratic country in that part of the world. So therefore, this whole world is going to change. I can keep on talking about this. It's an interesting topic. And I'm basically, thanks, I'm still a professor, by the way. I teach one course. And that course is this course, World Order. So it's a fun to keep on teaching one course. So what will happen? India is, I think India is going to be there. India, Narendra Modi knows, India has to be strong. India has to have greater infrastructure. That's why in his speech he said, poor people, women, children, empowerment of those people, open up the banks for everybody. Everybody has to have bank. So he understands the mechanics of the whole thing. So therefore, strong India playing a strong role will help America, will help China, will help Russia, will help the whole world. He will be the real global citizen in that sense. Now, somebody asked me a question. You think he will succeed? Somebody asked me, a newspaper man. I didn't answer him. I said, I'll answer it from the stage. I remember that he asked the question. See, he will succeed. He cannot fail. He has nothing. He works day and night. And he has wonderful team working with him. But let me tell you why he will succeed. He will succeed because he's grounded in a Vedic civilizational approach to the issues. He's grounded in that humanitarian approach to the world problems. He's grounded in saying that we are all human beings together. We should not hate anybody. We should love everybody. But he is talking from the position of strength now. Nobody listened to us, right? We have been talking about this. Vishnu Parishad has been talking about this. Everything, I mean, we say that, oh, you say, who cares? Now people will care. They will listen to the message we have to deliver because there's a good messenger. He has the values. He himself imbibes those values in himself. And then he will say, okay, I will, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, good. Sarve means India is also part of the Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. You are also part of it. Everybody will be part of it. It will be equal pie for everybody. Samano mantra samati samani. That's what he will say. That we will consider everything, talk everything, and then make decisions. You cannot impose decisions on us. When you start imposing, then there's inequality, there's a problem, there's disputes. So therefore, what I'm trying to say is that this one world family concept we have been talking about is going to be fulfilled. But from India's point of view, because India's point of view is universal nature, because we look to everybody as a human being. Everybody is Brahmansha, part of Brahma. That's what we think about everybody. So that's the thing. Number two, why will he succeed? I can tell you why he will succeed. He is grounded, he was taught, he was trained by an organization which has given selfless people to this world. The people who looked the country first, nation first, I'm talking about Sangha. They give people, they say, forget about your personal interest. Think about country. Think about the world as a family. Don't think about your family as the world. So this guy doesn't have any family. So he's going to succeed. And he will see that everybody succeeds. And behind them is that glorious force, which is not negative. People talk about negative things. That's the purpose they have, talking negative all the time. But this is a positive force of humanity. Starts from small lesson they learn from the ground where they go every evening. They learn it. They take a determination there in the songs. Country has to become Param Vaibhava. That's part of the psyche, the DNA of those people. They don't change. It could be Vajpayee, it could be Advani ji, or it could be Narendra Modi. That's the way it is. It's never going to change. And now is the time that all those forces, positive forces, going to create an environment forever for America, for India, and for the world. I can believe me this, and it is not going to fail. Anyway, I can keep on talking. I think you have, we had a wonderful speech from Dr. Modi, and he's a visionary. Every time I meet him, he comes with a new idea. But this is a good idea, by the way. So let us see how it goes. And now I'm going to talk about a little bit a person here. I need to. He's my favorite. I can say openly this thing. I don't mind it. People didn't like it, but I'm saying it anyway. And he's a genius. He's a scientist. He's a working man, workaholic. What nice person. He's a follower. He's a leader in his own way. And when I asked him to become the president of Friends of India Society International about 15, 20 years ago, I was in charge of that group. We just made it at that time. He said, no, I'm not capable of doing it. But he's here. Why I'm saying about him that he just came back from India. He met every minister in India, cabinet. And he has a message to give you. He will take a minute only. That's my, where is the guy?
Right here.
Oh, right here. Dr. Dinesh Agarwal. Come on. If you don't know him, you are missing a lot. Okay? Come on.